Hi. We're picking up Stephen's speech in Acts chapter 7 with Moses' preparation to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. So we'll read verses 30 to 36. And when 40 years had passed, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire in a bush in the wilderness of Mount Sinai. When Moses saw it, he marveled at the sight, and as he drew near to observe, the voice of the Lord came to him, saying, I am the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses trembled and dared not look. Then the Lord said to him, Take your sandals off your feet, for the place where you stand is holy ground. I have surely seen the oppression of my people who are in Egypt. I have heard their groaning, and have come down to deliver them. And now, come, I will send you to Egypt. And Moses, whom they rejected, saying, Who made you a ruler and a judge, is the one God sent to be a ruler and a deliverer, by the hand of the angel who appeared to him in a bush. He brought them out, after he had shown wonders and signs in the land of Egypt, and in the Red Sea, and in the wilderness 40 years. So as a Jehovah's Witness, I would see the portion that said, an angel of the Lord appeared to him. So twice it says that. But I would have neglected the fact that when this angel of the Lord speaks, he says, I am the God of your fathers, and I have seen the oppression of my people, and I have come down to deliver you. I would not have noticed those phrases and seen a bit of a problem there. But reading the Bible now for the first time without Watchtower filters made me notice those kinds of things. So as a witness, I would immediately have to make the angel of the Lord be a creature that God had created, a representative speaking for God. But if this is an angel speaking for God as a representative, shouldn't he say so? Shouldn't he say, I am a representative of God and this is what he wants to tell you? How does this work? Wouldn't it have been blasphemy for the angel to speak this way without saying he's speaking for God? And who does Moses think he's speaking to? Is God trying to confuse? So I thought, well, perhaps Exodus, where this passage is from, would clear this up. So I wanted to read the parallel piece in Exodus. Exodus chapter 3. And I'm going to read from verses 2 to 17. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire from the midst of a bush. So he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, but the bush was not consumed. Then Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush does not burn. So when the Lord saw that he turned aside to look, God called to him from the midst of the bush, and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am. So it's God calling from the midst of the bush. Then he said, Do not draw near this place. Take your sandals off your feet, for the place where you stand is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid, to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the oppression of my people, who are in Egypt, and I have heard their cry, because they're taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. So I have come down, to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up from the land to a good and large land, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel has come to me, and I have also seen the oppression with which the Egyptians oppress them. Come now therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. And Moses said to God, Who am I, that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? So he said, God speaking, I will certainly be with you, and this shall be a sign to you that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve God on this mountain. Then Moses said to God, Indeed, when I come to the children of Israel and say to them, The God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they say to me, What is his name? What shall I say to them? And God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, Thus you shall say to the children of Israel, I am has sent me to you. Moreover, God said to Moses, Thus you shall say to the children of Israel, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial to all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say to them, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared to me, saying, I have surely visited you and seen what is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt. So does it clear things up? I would say no. It actually even makes more of a point of God is speaking. The other controversy here is, would we consider I am as a name, or the God of? He keeps repeating this. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac. We view those not as names, and yet here, after asking for the name, he does repeat all those phrases as being him. So we don't classify names the same way as God seems to. Later on in Exodus chapter 19, we find God on Mount Sinai, seen by the people. So in Exodus 19, verse 3, it says, And Moses went up to God, and the Lord called to him from the mountain. And then verses 9 to 11, And the Lord said to Moses, Behold, I come to you in the thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you and believe you forever. So Moses told the words of the people to the Lord. And then the Lord said to Moses, Go to the people and consecrate them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and let them be ready for the third day. For on the third day the Lord will come down upon Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people. Verses 17 to 20, Moses brought the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. Now Mount Sinai was completely in smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. Its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked greatly. And when the blast of the trumpet sounded long and became louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him by voice. Then the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai, on the top of the mountain, and the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. So Stephen has been relating to his fellow Jews their own history, that God is not restricted by any location, but he's also not restricted in making himself or revealing himself to them, making them see something so that they believe. As a witness, my Watchtower theology insists that God has restrictions. He can't do certain things, and he can't show himself to people. As I began to read the Bible around this time, when David was challenging my thinking, I began to read the Bible without my Watchtower filter. And I found it very disquieting, very confusing, but it also, I would say it gave me more questions than answers when I was reading it. So it was a tough time, and yet ultimately I think it blessed me because it shattered my confidence in preconceived ideas or preconditioned ideas, things that I had learned from the Watchtower. I now learned to accept things that I did not understand. I learned to accept mystery and paradox, things which Jehovah's Witnesses just will not tolerate. I'm going to link to a video called 6 Attributes of the True God versus the Cults. God is spirit, personal, free, plus the 3 omnis. And then I'm going to put in the first of a series, my Humpty videos. So Humpty Dumpty and Bible interpretation. Alice in Watchtower Land is the first. So I'll link that, and you can just follow to at the end of each video to get to the next one. Thank you for watching.